And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/Takes by Fans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we're on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. However you decide to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Wednesday, which means film study. 2 games on, AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. A lot of stuff that we can look at to, get us ready for the big game, the Super Bowl. Bucks Chiefs. So we still got, film to watch, and that's what we do on Wednesdays during the NFL season, film study. It's a little unfortunate. Today's actually the last film study of the season. I mean, next week it's going to be, a little bit of an emptier week. I think we were watching a lot of film already. We watched the Packers already, why they lost. Now we're looking at the Chiefs and Bucks today. So I really mean next week, yeah, we might refresh you guys with a little bit of film, but this is the last week of our actual film study. So little upsetting here, but we're going to get through it, and we're going to make it it's probably going to be our best one. We got a lot of great stuff to look at. Yeah, so super excited about that today. Film study, Bucks, Packers, Bills, Chiefs, looking at something from both those games. And then we're obviously breaking down basketball, and yeah, we'll be out of here. So let's start the show here, like we do every day, with our topics of the day, the stories. So here we go. Aaron Rodgers. Some quotes coming around, since he lost, is he going to be back? So yesterday on the Pat McAfee show, this is what he said, quote, "I don't think there is any reason why I wouldn't be back, but look, there's not many absolutes, as you guys know, in this business." And yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I think he wants to be back. He's always said he wants to be a Packer for life. I don't understand why the Packers would get rid of him right now. I mean, I don't think he's the problem in Green Bay. It's just, unfortunate that they couldn't get it done against the Bucks last week. Now Rodgers, still has his reservations. I mean, they drafted Jordan Love with the first-round pick last season, so Aaron Rodgers is like, yeah, I want to be here. I think they want me here, but they just drafted my replacement, and I remember how this went because, I was Brett Favre's replacement. So, Aaron Rodgers is probably thinking to himself, yeah, I probably got 2-3 more seasons until they kick me out, just like they did with Brett Favre. They drafted me. I sat the bench for a little bit, and then, they implement the change, 3 seasons down the road. So, Aaron Rodgers, I still think he's going to be a Packer next season. I don't think this is really too big of a story. It's just, the Packers are fresh off of a loss, and you can maybe blame the head coach, maybe blame Aaron Rodgers, whoever you want to blame. So maybe some turmoil there. But at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers should be back at Green Bay next season. Yeah. Alrighty, folks. I mean, when we look at the Chiefs-Bills game, we are going heavy on Tyreek Hill. We've got all of his targets, so we're going to be looking at him. How the heck do you guard him? Hopefully, we have some solutions when we break down the film. But, I mean, folks, look at this, man. Tyreek Hill, 20.76 miles an hour, his top speed against Buffalo on his 71-yard, gainer from the game. Most 20-plus mile per hour plays in the NFL. He has 12 of them, folks. This man is the definition of speed. You cannot guard him. If you cover him singly, doubly, triply, he's going to outrun everybody. So I don't know what the Bucs are going to do to cover this man. How do you cover 20 miles an hour? 21 if you round up. Have you ever ran 21 miles an hour? Have you ever driven 21 miles an hour? That's Tyreek Hill. You think you can keep up with that for 60 minutes on an NFL field while trying to kind of also guard Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce? It's just going to be too much. We're early we haven't even looked at the line yet, but we're very, very early big on this Chiefs team, and it's no disrespect to the Bucs, just like it was no disrespect to Buffalo last week. There's just too much talent, too much athleticism to cover and to worry about. And, for those reasons, I think early on right now, we're big going on to the Chiefs here of who's going to win it all. We'll have our official picks maybe this Friday, or maybe we'll save them till next week. But we're your early favorites on the Chiefs just because of this man alone, folks. Truly, that's really it. You can't guard him. We're watching all of his plays, folks. We're gonna see how the Bills could not guard him. Alrighty, we kind of, have already talked about this a little bit. Matt Stafford not going to be a Lion anymore. Teams are already reaching out to the Detroit Lions to initiate trade talks and figure out what it would take to acquire quarterback Matt Stafford. So, like we did with kind of all the other quarterbacks who need a new home, let's quickly go through all the NFL teams and see where Matt Stafford would be a perfect fit. So here we go. Atlanta, with their new addition of their head coach, I think they can keep all their pieces. So I really don't think Atlanta's in a market for a quarterback anymore. I think you can still rock with Matt Ryan and be fine with this kind of new system, new offense coming in. I don't think Atlanta's going to be looking for a quarterback. The Bucks probably still rocking with Tom Brady. Cowboys probably still rocking with Dak Prescott. Giants, obviously, they're still going with Josh Daniels. Why does that not sound right today? I'm pretty sure that's his name, Josh Daniels. Yeah, right? I'm pretty sure. It's not sounding right for some reason. The Jets, now, are they going to go with Sam Darnold, or do they draft a quarterback, or do they go with Deshaun Watson? I don't think even Matt Stafford would want to go to the Jets anyway. This man wants to play for a good organization with a chance to win a ring. He's over the experiments with head coach. He's over garbage organizations. So even if the Jets were looking for a quarterback, Matt Stafford's not going to go there. The Patriots could be very, very interesting. I mean, if you give Bill Belichick Matt Stafford, that could work very well. Great organization to be a part of. They're not going to go with Cam Newton. You're not going to start Jared Stidham. They're not going to have a great draft pick for a quarterback. Are you going to go with Mac Jones from Alabama? He's a good prospect. But Bill Belichick, seeing what Tom Brady's doing right now, Bill Belichick knows he needs to get back to the big game because, his other half, his counterpart, his Robin, his Batman, however you want to compare him, he's already at the big game. 1 year removed from New England. So Patriots and Matt Stafford, I think, is a very, very good fit. Getting Matt Stafford a genius head coach, a great quarterback, that could definitely work. Matt Stafford to the Patriots, that's huge. Vikings, I don't know what the heck they're doing in this organization. I think this is Mike Zimmer's last year, and Kirk Cousins has proven that he just can't get it done. I mean, how many more talented wide receivers does Kirk Cousins need? He worked with Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen. Now he's got, the possibly an offensive rookie of the year, the best wide receiver in the draft class that they got in Justin Jefferson, and they still can't win games consistently, and I don't know what's going on there. So the Vikings, I don't think Matt Stafford would want to go there anyway, and I still think they probably stick with Kirk Cousins for probably one more year. Lions, obviously, he's already there. Steelers, who'd they just get? Dwayne Haskins? They think he's the future, so I don't think Matt Stafford's going to the Steelers. Browns got Baker Mayfield. Ravens got Lamar Jackson. Bengals got Joe Burrow. Dolphins have Tua. Bills have Josh Allen. Seahawks have Russell Wilson. 49ers, I mean, they're in the sweepstakes to get Deshaun Watson. It seems like they want to move off of Jimmy G. I don't know if it's the organization that wants to move off of him or just everybody in the media just wants a story to talk about, because it seems like every single season we're talking about Jimmy G is not going to be a 49er next year because of his injury. He can't stay healthy. But the man's a great quarterback. He led y'all to a Super Bowl, leading in the Super Bowl until the fourth quarter. So the man could definitely he's definitely shown that he can get it done. So I don't get all the hype of every single season that the 49ers are getting rid of Jimmy G. I'm sure he's their guy. So I don't think he's going to go to the 49ers. Cardinals have Kyler Murray. Rams, they still have Jared Goff. Do they move off of him? I think Jared Goff has one more season. I think the injury at the end of the season probably bought him one more season, so I don't think he's going to go to the Rams. Jags, they're going to get Trevor Lawrence, and if anybody tells you that they're not, do not believe them. The Jags will 1,000%, if you can bet it, take that easy money, that free money. They're getting Trevor Lawrence, folks. There's no dispute. All right, the Colts, absolutely, yes. Matt Stafford can definitely go to the Colts, and they would be an instant playoff team just like that. Getting Matt Stafford back to the playoffs, that's something I want to see. We saw what Phillip Rivers did with this Colts team, and Matt Stafford's better than Phillip Rivers. Yes, 100%, all day and tomorrow. The arm's better. He's younger. He's, I don't even know if he's healthier. I mean, Matt Stafford does have his fair share of kind of back problems a little bit. He plays through them most of the time, which is great. He's a true warrior, honestly, at the quarterback position. But yeah, he's got great weapons there. The running game would definitely complement Matt Stafford very well. T.Y. Hilton, great deep ball receiver, and we know Matt Stafford's got the arm. So, yes, absolutely. Colts, Patriots, I think are two great decisions so far. Titans, they still got Ryan Tannehill. Even though the Titans have kind of reached their maximum potential with Ryan Tannehill, AFC Championship game. That's their max potential with Ryan Tannehill, unfortunately. Especially in this AFC right now with so much talent going around. So I don't think the Titans move off of Ryan Tannehill probably 2 seasons, honestly. He's probably got 2 solid more seasons. Texans, he could go to the Texans, but like we said, dysfunctional franchise. I mean, when a superstar quarterback is trying to get away from an organization, other great superstar quarterbacks really don't want to go there either. So Matt Stafford to the Texans is not going to be a thing. Raiders, y'all know how I feel about the Raiders. I want what the heck is his name? Marcus Mariota. I want him to be the starting quarterback for the Raiders. Derek Carr has proven he can't get it done. I kind of think I've seen enough of Derek Carr in that one game. I know it's a small sample size because what he did with the Titans was not good, Marcus Mariota. But that one game, not even a full game, I'm telling you, it was a small sample size, but it very, very much impressed me a huge amount. It was very good. So Raiders, I think they've got their quarterback, but they're starting the wrong one. Broncos, I mean, this is a good fit for Matt Stafford. Decent weapons, good defense, just kind of a solid program with the Broncos. I don't know if they're going to stick with Drew Lock. I don't think they should. He's kind of floundered when they got tape on him this season. Great start, 2 years ago with his 5 games that he played. Now, he played an entire season, getting injured, getting benched, not playing good, throwing interceptions first quarter, throwing interceptions fourth quarter. Not going to get it done. So he could definitely go to the Broncos. I don't think it's the best fit for Matt Stafford, but I think it's definitely a solid possibility. Chargers have their guy. Chiefs have their guy. Packers have their guy. The Bears. Yes, absolutely. I think we can all agree that the Bears will be moving off of every single quarterback. I don't care if you're the third string. They're cleaning house on every single quarterback. They're actually cleaning house on anybody that can throw the ball. So if you can even attempt to throw the ball 5 yards accurately, you're getting off the team. They don't even want you anymore. Clean slate in quarterback here in the Bears. And absolutely, Matt Stafford can go there. The Bears are all about toughness and our history, and we were the best. The Super Bowl shuffle with the greatest defense of all time. I mean, folks, this is a hardened organization, and Matt Stafford's a hardened quarterback. I mean, there's a video of Matt Stafford from his rookie year getting absolutely slaughtered and then having to get out of play, but they took a timeout so he can come back in, and it was like something with his shoulder, and it was fantastic. The man has heart. The man has grit. So he would definitely fit the culture of the Bears 1,000%, and they got some decent weapons, and Matt Nagy's a great play caller. So absolutely, I love the Bears. It's probably my second favorite choice. I would probably put Patriots 1 and Bears 2, honestly. Colts, obviously 3, but I'm not a big fan of Frank Reich. I think he's all right. So Bears, absolutely love it. Saints, Drew Brees, he's probably most likely retiring. Now, do they go with Jameis Winston or do they go with Taysom Hill? I really think they really should go with Taysom Hill, but we'll see what happens there. I don't like the fit. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons for Matt Stafford, but I don't think it's a great fit there. The Panthers, I think they're going to stick with Teddy B. I mean, he's great. He's fantastic. He had a decent season for the pieces that he's working with the rookie head coach. And then Washington, they definitely need a quarterback, but I don't want Matt Stafford going there. There is no talent there offensively, and Matt Stafford wants talent. I'm telling y'all, he's sick. He just put up with Matt Patricia for what? I think he got 2 seasons, 3 seasons. It was 2 or 3 seasons, way too many, I'll tell you that. And then the Eagles, they got Jalen Hurts. I'm sure they're gonna rock with it. Yeah, I think the best fit would probably be the Patriots with Bill Belichick. Chicago's great, and the Colts are great. So either one of those 3 teams would be the best fit for Matt Stafford, and I'd probably rank it Patriots 1, Bears 2, and Colts 3. Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. Seattle is planning to hire the Rams passing game coordinator, Shane Waldron, for its offensive coordinator job. Now, what the heck do we know about Shane Waldron? Well, probably not a lot. Obviously, he's the passing game coordinator. Don't talk about him ever, really, on the show. I talk about offense coordinator, head coach, defensive coordinator. I'm not getting into the freaking, the guy that hands you the towels. I don't care. But what do we know about the Rams passing game this season? Robert Woods, their two Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, their two main receivers were always the top two leading receivers in every single game. I'm almost certain. It's like every game that we looked at, the weapons were getting the ball, which is absolutely fantastic. So for that, that's a huge plus for Shane Waldron. I absolutely love it. So, now when he goes to Seattle, we can know DK Metcalf's going to get a healthy dose of the ball. Tyler Lockett's going to get a healthy dose of the ball. And that's exactly what Seattle needs, getting the ball into your playmaker. So for that, green flag, I think it's a decent hire. Now, the struggles of the Rams offense, do we put it on Jared Goff? Do we put it on Sean McVay for play calling? I don't think we're going to put it on the passing game coordinator. So I think this is a good hire. Obviously, time will tell. I mean, we're not going to be able to tell really anything of how you're going to be an offensive coordinator from, just a passing game coordinator. So I think it's a very solid hire because of the Rams' game plan passing wise. We always saw their top two weapons, the leading receivers. So for that, we can say this is a good hire. Alrighty, the Senior Bowl is this week. We're all the seniors of college get together and they have a game. And the NFL coaches coach it. Brian Flores is coaching one of the squads here. He's the Dolphins head coach. Two was the quarterback. And then we get this clip here from the Senior Bowl. Devontae Smith, the Dolphins. You need to take this man at the number 3 pick. There is no other option. And I will not debate this. There is no debate there. It's Devontae Smith at number 3. That's what you do. That's what you do. We hear it all the time. I mean, when you're watching ESPN or, the pregame show and you watch, Devontae Adams, what do they talk about? Same thing with Stephon Diggs. They can get open with their legs, That's why these wide receivers are so great, and you really have to double them because you have to respect their explosiveness off the line of scrimmage. And just look at this, folks. Devontae Smith literally just killing the corner, making him retreat and bow out 5 yards off that kind of second move inside. This man is getting separation right instantly off the line of scrimmage, and this is exactly what everybody's talking about with great receivers. So this is a no-brainer in my book. A free pick, helping Tua out, your franchise quarterback. What's the problem? I don't get it. So absolutely love it here. Devontae Smith, that man is going to be good, folks. Very, very good. And if he's not on the Dolphins and he's good, I will be very upset, I'll tell you. All right, let's keep moving on here. Couple of trade rumors in the NBA. Here we go. Clippers and Knicks among teams interested in Derrick Rose. Definitely got to get this man off of Detroit. They're an absolute garbage organization. They're a bad team. They can't do anything. They're still losing games with, the same system that they've been running all season, not trying to fix anything, not running the pick and roll with D Rose and Blake Griffin. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Those are your two most athletic players. Come on, get them, heavy involved in the offense. So if Derrick Rose goes to the Clippers, that'd be fine. I'd have no problem with that. I don't think the Clippers need him, but to get Derrick Rose back into, the spotlight, I can definitely get behind that. This man's athleticism is still pretty good. Even with all the knee surgeries and the ACL tears, all of that, he's still very solid, and he's coming off the bench with the Pistons. He can definitely come off the bench with the Clippers. So I would like to see him go to the Clippers. The Knicks, that would be a good fit as well. Kind of reuniting with Tom Thibodeau. He used to play and coach with the Bulls. The Knicks team is a young team. D Rose can come up there with his veteran presence and kind of impact the team. So I actually love the fit of the Clippers and the Knicks, honestly, for Derrick Rose. So I would be definitely happy with either of those two teams. Definitely got to get him off Detroit. He's too good for that organization, and they're just nothing, honestly. Alrighty, more trade rumors, and this one I hate. The Warriors and Pelicans. The Pelicans, why would you even be discussing the Pelicans? They're not going to give you Zion, and they're probably not going to give you Brandon Ingram, and that's the only assets that are even worth trading for that organization. But the Warriors and Pelicans have discussed a potential trade for Kelly Oubre Jr. No. I want this man to stay on the Warriors as long as, Klay Thompson's injured. So obviously this entire year. So I don't want to see him leaving this Warriors team, especially because this is what the Pelicans are looking for, folks. This is who the Pelicans are looking to trade on the roster. Here it is. The Pelicans have shown openness to trading Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick. I do not want Lonzo Ball anywhere near my organization. The man cannot play, and it is truly unfortunate. I mean, he couldn't make it work with LeBron James. He couldn't even be a solid third scoring option with LeBron James. He's not going to work anywhere, folks. He's definitely not working here with the Pelicans. We've seen it. The man's floundering. He can't be the leader. He's not a true point guard. He can't facilitate the floor. He can't score the ball. He's a decent passer. I'll give him that, but that's really all he can do. And JJ Redick, I mean, he's a fraud, folks. He's a fraud. Ever since the three-point boom, slightly before Curry, JJ Redick was a great three-point option. You probably could have said he was the best three-point shooter in the league before Steph Curry, honestly. But he only scores off-ball screens, high off-ball screens, or high pick-and-roll screens at the top of the three-point line. That's the only way he can score, so you're already limited there. And he can only score and be kind of consistent in the first quarter. And then he gets very cold in the fourth quarter, never clutch, never really hit the big shots consistently, and he's just kind of a fraud. He's better than Danny Green, but Danny Green's not good, so that's not a good bar to even compare. So, I don't want Kelly Oubre Jr. leaving the Warriors, and I definitely don't want any of these pieces that the Pelicans are trying to trade away for him. Oh my goodness. If Lonzo Ball or JJ Redick go to the Warriors, that team will not be good anymore, and they're decently good now. Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. And this is why Bol needs to be playing more, folks. This man is a monster. And the fact that he's getting no minutes off the bench is kind of absurd, and I really do not like it at all. I mean, look at this man. Just a 360 tomahawk dunk. He's already 7'5". He doesn't even need to jump, but he does it anyway. And just look at the way he palms the ball. And I understand, it's NBA. Most of the players can palm the ball. But just the way he does it, he's literally palming it and just throwing it down. It's so beautiful to watch, and he can stretch the floor. This man can hit threes. This man can hit threes and tomahawk 360 dunk just at a snap of a finger. So this man needs to get more play here, honestly. His talents are getting wasted. The man can play now. Get him in there. Get him in the game. Oh, okay. Let's keep moving on here. Alrighty, big game yesterday. Rockets, Wizards, a lot of trades. John Wall getting traded, Russell Westbrook getting traded. So, it all kind of culminated into the floor. Fourth quarter, when Houston started to pull away, a lot of jawing back and forth. It was very fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. I'm very interested in this kind of NBA drama of Russell Westbrook and John Wall and, James Harden. Very interested in it. Very fun to watch. So everybody was jawing on the floor. Nothing physical, no pushing, no shoving, nothing like that. But just, during free throw breaks, everybody just jawing at each other. So after the game, John Wall gets on the headset getting interviewed, and then we get this quote: "I just feel like their organization, the Wizards, thought I was done. That's why I came out here and did what I did." And he had a pretty good game. First game back from kind of consistent, injuries and health and safety protocols through the season. But he went and dropped 24, led the team in points, so very well done. Yeah, what else do we got to say about this game? I mean, it's just, bad blood coming out. Everybody, I mean, it was literally like Russell Westbrook and John Wall were just going back and forth being like, "Oh, no, you're trash. That's why they traded you." And then John Wall coming back like, "No, you're trash. That's why they traded you." So it just kept going back and forth. We said it at the time of the show that the Rockets won the trade. It's unfortunate because, Russell Westbrook, he just doesn't translate the wins. And that's why we said it. John Wall is better than Russell Westbrook. He produces more. In him with Oladipo, folks, it looked real good, and this was the first time. Truly excited to watch it. Finally glad it's here, and they get the win yesterday because of it. Alrighty, back to James Harden. We kind of talked about this, I think, earlier in the week, but we're going to say it again here. James Harden, little quote here, quote, "I was in a role for 8 years with the Rockets, controlling the ball, dominating the ball. Now it's a different experience for me, but it's still great." And I think really James Harden has kind of sacrificed the most of the big three on the Nets between him, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. We see Kevin Durant and definitely Kyrie Irving are still taking, the amount of shots that he still takes. But James Harden, he was the primarily ball handler, ball disperser with the Rockets. And, he's taken, a different role here with the Nets, just being a true point guard, distributing the ball, setting up the floor. And I absolutely commend James Harden for taking this kind of backseat role, because we all know Kyrie Irving wasn't going to do it. Kevin Durant can, but he's so freaking good at scoring the ball that I want the ball in his hands. Out of the big three, I want Kevin Durant taking the shot. I want James Harden facilitating the floor. And I want Kyrie Irving to cook some guy if they need some momentum. That's how I prioritize the offense. So once again, commending James Harden real big here on the show. Big fan of him taking this kind of true point guard role when he's definitely a great scorer. Alrighty, and then the last story here, just going on Russell Westbrook again here. After 19 points last night against the Rockets, Russell Westbrook now has 163 points on 163 shots. I mean, folks. Oh, I hate slandering Russell Westbrook. I really don't tolerate any Russell Westbrook slander, but I mean, folks, it's unfortunate. I've been defending this man for years on end. It's getting unfortunate. He's got to clean up his play. He's got to look himself in the mirror, and until he does that, he's not going to win a ring, definitely. He won't get to the finals. He won't be on a productive team. He won't be a productive leader. He's turning the ball over too much. And it's not worth the hassle, unfortunately. He's a great player. He's a great teammate. He's somebody you want in your locker room because of the hustle and giving 150% every game, but it doesn't translate to wins. And you can tolerate not winning for a little bit, just like James Harden did with the Rockets when they first got there. But once you start losing, missing out on the playoffs, getting bounced first round, not having sustained continued success, it's gonna break down eventually. So unfortunate for Russell Westbrook. It is truly unfortunate. Great athleticism. Fantastic athleticism. But doesn't translate to wins. So what are we doing? Alrighty, those are all the stories that we had to cover today. Now let's quickly review what happened in the NBA last night. 3 games, pretty good games. We'll start here with the Clippers and Hawks. Hawks getting the win, 108-99. We looked at this game yesterday a little bit. We saw the line of Clippers +5. We knew something wonky was going to happen. We stayed away from it, and then, an hour before game time, no Kawhi Leonard, no Paul George. So let's give it up for us, investigating the line a little bit, knowing what's going to happen. And then actually the Hawks actually won against the spread. They were -5 and they win by 9 here. So very well done to them. We'll get into Trae Young and Clint Capella in a second. Wizards, Rockets, very, very well done to the Rockets here. We were a little torn between this game, but, come 2 hours before tip-off, I know it's John Wall and Victor Oladipo finally playing together. I absolutely love it. This guy ended up direct messaging me on Twitter, asking who I liked for the game. I told him the Rockets. The Rockets win straight up, so very well done. Hopefully he won some nice cash with the pick, and if you're ever interested, hey, hit me up. I'll give you my picks, folks. I'm not afraid to give you the picks, and definitely when I saw that Victor Oladipo and John Wall were playing, I loved the Rockets. They kind of blew out the Wizards. A little bit of a close game throughout the first kind of half. Midway third quarter, it started to turn around heavy for the Rockets, started to get in their groove, so they win 107-88. And then the Jazz, look at this, beating the Knicks, and the Knicks are on a 3-game skid here. Are they pretenders a little bit? They were doing real well. They were 8-8 at one point, folks, looking real good, but now they're 8-11, just kind of not a good team anymore. Bunch of role players not overperforming anymore. Tom Thibodeau can't get them to play at a high elite level for these last 3 games. Tad concerning. Alrighty, let's kind of break down these stats a little bit deeper here. We'll go to Hawks Clippers first. Like we said, no Paul George, no Kawhi Leonard. So who stepped up? Let's see. Who stepped up? Well, obviously nobody in the starting lineup, because look at these point totals. Decent point totals. I shouldn't say. That was a little extreme of how I prefaced it. But Reggie Jackson, 20 points. Very well done. Luke Kennard, 13. Serge Ibaka, 15 points. Only 5 rebounds. 1 of 3 from 3. But still a decent night shooting. Nicholas Batum, 5 points, and Terrence Mann, 10 points. So nobody really kind of stepped up and took over the scoring duties that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have on like a gamely basis. They get you like 20, 25, 28 points averaging consistently. They can, obviously go up to 35, 40 any given night, but nobody really scored that kind of 25 to 28 in the starting lineup. Reggie Jackson with 20. All right, but nobody's stepping up big in their absence. So, that's definitely something to keep an eye on, to note as we progress forward in this season. Lou Williams off the bench, I mean, only 11 points. Let's get some more production. Somebody's got to be the playmaker now. Somebody's got to be the scorer. And we really just saw Reggie Jackson just try to do it all. 16 shots, and he put up 20 points. That was the really only player here for the Clippers that really kind of did what they were supposed to do, exceeded expectations a little bit. And then we get Marcus Morris Sr., 10 points off the bench, and Zubac, 13 points off the bench. So not bad there. But in the grand scheme of things, they lose, and nobody had a nice 25, 30-point game. Alrighty, let's go to the Hawks now. Trae Young, Clint Capella back in the starting lineup. We saw them. They weren't in the last game. And Trae Young, oh my goodness, I freaking love this man, folks. 38 points, 5 assists. He shot 52% from the field. Absolutely magnificent when you're taking 23 shots. And he shot 42% from the 3 of 7. So I can definitely get behind that. He got to the line 11 times, attacking the rim, attacking the basket, and he hit all 11 free throws. So checking every box here. Huge point scorer, really kind of overcame here, and this is a good sign. Yes, you could say, oh, it was against the Clippers, they didn't have anybody, but this is still a good win. Just because the other team didn't have their star players, should we have expected, the Hawks to kind of play down to their level? No, they elevated their play a little bit. They got the win. They did what they were supposed to do. So why are we going to punish a team for doing what they're supposed to do? I'm calling this a good win here. Very good win. And don't act like this kind of Clippers team isn't good. I mean, they still got decent pieces here. Lou Williams, Marcus Morris, Zubac, Serge Ibaka. Did I say Reggie Jackson? Did I say Lou Williams? I think I missed one of them, so we'll cover both of them again. These are decent players here, folks. Good players, role players, above average role players, honestly. Alrighty, Clint Capella, 13 points, 18 rebounds, 8 offensive rebound. The man was eating down low. Do you think Zubac was going to stop Clint Capella? Did you think Serge Ibaka was going to stop Clint Capella? Heck no, folks. Heck no. Absolutely love this Hawks team. Capella doing work. Trae Young doing work. And then what else do we got here? I mean, DeAndre Hunter adding 22 big old points. Josh Collins adding 11 points. Kevin Hunter, 13 points. All great additions here by the starting lineup. Now, their bench, probably the worst thing about this team. As we see, nobody really stepping up here. No solid contributions. The best contribution was by Brandon Goodwin with 7 points. That's it. Salman Hill, no points, only took 2 shots. He did have 4 rebounds. But, the bench is not very deep for this Hawks team. Really rely on Trae Young and Clint Capella to really kind of ball out every game. And they do for the most part, but they are a little limited in their bench. But well done by the Hawks getting the win, 108-99. Alrighty, now let's move on to Rockets and the Wizards. And folks, the Rockets, first game, John Wall, first game, Victor Oladipo, both playing together. And look at this, John Wall, 24 points, Victor Oladipo, 20 points. That's what I love to see. Absolutely fantastic. Now, Victor Oladipo didn't shoot the best. 3 of 10 from 3, 33% from the field overall. But, it's the first game of them together. It's going to have a little bit of hiccups. So very well done there. DeMarcus Cousins, 19 points, 11 rebounds. Very well done. And I like this Houston Rockets team, but their kind of size down low is a little bit of a problem. They were getting, driven on and, down low scoring, kind of getting eaten up there by that Wizards team. DeMarcus Cousins is a very good center, but he's kind of a beefy center, he's not really that tall, and the Rockets really don't have any big length on the floor. So that's definitely the biggest struggle. We saw them, short ball, they were running very, very short games last season in the bubble with that, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Didn't have that true big. Now they have DeMarcus Cousins, who's a solid force down low, but he's just not the tallest. What else do we got here? So I'd probably say that's the one knock that I can see for this Rockets team, but they've got some good pieces. This kind of new Rockets team looks very energized offensively. They're not bogged down by James Harden anymore. Everybody really seems like they wanted to move on, and everybody's kind of scoring very well here. Eric Gordon off the bench, 20 points. David Waba, 11 points, just really getting it done. So absolutely fantastic. Good beef down low with PJ Tucker and DeMarcus Cousins. They just don't really have the height, unfortunately. Rockets trade for Bobo, and then they'd be one of the best teams in the league, honestly. If they get Bobo, I love it. Get that to happen. Alrighty, and then the Wizards. Okay, Russell Westbrook. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. 19 points. Good. 11 rebounds. Good. 7 assists. Good. Shooting 41% from the field. Decent. It's not bad. It's not bad. I can live with that. Especially when you're taking 17 shots. I can live with that. But look at the turnovers, folks. 6 turnovers every game. It's the turnovers. The highest on the Rockets was 3. John Wall had 3. Victor Oladipo had 3. The 2 players that they got in trades had the same amount that one player had that they got rid of, Russell Westbrook. So he just really needs to tone it down. Bradley Beal, he still had 5 turnovers, but he put up 33 points. You know what I mean? He shot a little bit better, not too much better, only 1% really better. But, when you're putting up 33 points, I can maybe excuse 5 turnovers. I can definitely excuse 1-2 turnovers if you're putting up 33 points. So Russell Westbrook still not cleaning it up. Still everybody else's fault. And until he starts to clean up the turnovers, he'll never be on a winning team, unfortunately. This Wizards team kind of falling apart a little bit. And Bradley Beal at the end of the game, I mean, there's videos online of him like praying on the sideline. Everybody's kind of saying that he's praying to get off the team. But the man just did it to himself. He signed a $73 million contract extension last season after John Wall got injured. He knew what he was doing, folks. Unfortunately, he has nobody to blame but himself. Now, I know that he probably didn't think he would have Russell Westbrook on his team while signing that contract extension. But you felt comfortable having kind of a banged up John Wall for the rest of your time there. So it's truly unfortunate what's happened with Bradley Beal. He had his chance to kind of get out last season. He didn't take that chance, and now he's here with Russell Westbrook in a garbage organization. Truly unfortunate for that man. Alrighty, let's go to the last game here. Knicks Jazz. Unfortunate for the Knicks getting another L here. Truly unfortunate. 3 in a row, as we said. Their starters. I mean, look at this spotty scoring by the starters. The best scoring starter was Julius Randle with 18 points. The second was RJ Barrett with 17. And then the third leading starting scorer was Alec Burks with 9. That's not going to get it done. Even though you have Austin Rivers 25 points off the bench, you still need your starters to contribute much more than what they did here. So bad shooting here by the Knicks, and that's kind of what we know about kind of role player teams. These are role players, developing superstars in Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, but role players nonetheless. And if you have a team full of role players in your starting lineup, you need all of them to contribute at least the bare minimum. Everybody's got to put up at least 15 points, and if they don't do that, you have no chance of winning. And that's what happened in the Knicks here this game. Alrighty, let's go to the Utah Jazz now. Donovan Mitchell, 9 points. Wow, a little interesting there. Only 3 assists, too, so the pick and roll game with Rudy Gobert was not getting it done. Rudy Gobert still was eating himself. 18 points and 19 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. Fantastic. Mike Conley kind of helped out with the scoring, 19 points. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell, not a great game here. Kind of got bailed out a little bit that the Knicks weren't shooting well. But solid contribution from everybody else here in the starting lineup for the Jazz. Bogdanovich, 11 points. Royce O'Neal, 20 points. We said Rudy Gobert, 18, and Mike Conley, 19. And some solid contribution here off the bench with Jordan Clarkson, our 6th man of the year. Come on, folks, give it up for him. 13 points this game, a little lower on what he's averaging, but still 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Is this 3 steals? 3 steals, just getting it done. This man is a dog, folks. True dog out here. Fantastic work. So, Jazz are still good. Knicks are sliding a little bit. So that was the NBA from yesterday. Let's see if we can find a decent moneymaker for today, because there's a lot of games on. Full slate on. Great games on TV, too. We're going to hit you. What's the first one right here? It's a real good one, folks. One that I'm really looking forward to. Lakers, 76ers, 2 of our top teams in our power rankings. Everybody's good to go in this game. I know LeBron James is a game time decision. I'm sure he'll go. Everybody's good to go in this game. Seth Curry's a game time decision. I'm hoping that he kind of pulls through, because I want both of these teams at full strength when they face each other. So it's going to be a great game. Cannot wait for it. And then the 10 o'clock game, I believe, is Warriors-Timberwolves. get to watch Warriors a little bit. Kelly Oubre Jr.'s maybe last game with the Warriors if this trade pans out, unfortunately, possibly. But yeah, that's kind of what we got nationally televised today. Alrighty, so let's kind of go through these a little quickly here. A lot of games on, truly, so many games on. Pistons, Cavs. Cavs minus 2.5, and I think I like this a lot. Pistons, Blake Griffin's out, and Derrick Rose is having trade rumors, so they may not play him because they don't want, that an asset that they can trade away to get injured in the game. So I actually like this a lot. Pistons are not good. Now, they may play good this game because they don't have Blake Griffin weighing them down on the floor. Stopping ball movement, stopping the offense, taking unnecessary threes, not driving to the basket. The Pistons could play a little bit better. But I'm gonna go with the Cavs. They've kind of been on this little skid recently. The Pistons, possibly one of the worst teams in the league. Cavs, they've got some decent pieces. They just beat the Nets twice, folks. That's pretty damn good that you can do that. So we're going to rock here with the Cavs. Only have to swallow 2 at home, facing an inferior team. We're going to go Cavs here. I think this is a very solid bet. You only have to swallow 2. It's so good that I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm going to rock with it anyway here. Alrighty, Kings, Magic minus 1.5. Once again, something that just doesn't really seem right to me. Magic probably should be heavier favorites than this. So maybe Eric Gordon's not going, Vucevic is not going. Something's wrong here. So maybe stay away from this one. If everybody's going full strength, then Magic minus 1.5 is a pretty damn good bet, especially at home. Only have to swallow 1.5. Pretty damn good there. All right, let's keep moving on here. Pacers, Hornets. Pacers, Sabonis, game time decision, kind of a true game time decision. Hornets all healthy, gonna stay away from it. Pacers still trying to get, their full offensive back. How are they still going without Victor Oladipo? So gonna stay away from it, but I think I would kind of lean a little bit towards Hornets plus 2. I think that's kind of decent. Alrighty, Lakers and 76ers. Lakers minus 3.5 for this matchup. And yeah, I can agree with that line, definitely. I'm going to stay away from it just so I can enjoy the game. I don't have to stress about, oh my goodness, am I giving people wrong information here? So, going to stay away from it. I highly suggest you watch this game. AD versus Embiid down low. It's going to get good, folks. Who's going to prevail? I'm trying to think. Joel Embiid, folks, he may be able to handle Anthony Davis a little bit more than everybody else has been able to. So, cannot wait for this game. 7:40 tip-off on ESPN, folks. Truly watch it. Alrighty, here next, Nets, Hawks plus 6. This is going to be a great game too. We know the Nets are kind of struggling, with their big 3 of kind of consistently putting up a lot of points and winning games. So Hawks plus 6 is decent, but I'm going to stay away from it. I want to see this Hawks team be a little bit more consistent, a little bit, and the Nets just have too many superstars. So going to stay away from this one. Not really great value there. Bucks, Raptors, Bucks minus 6.5. I think we're going to take it here. Raptors, nobody's going to be able to guard Giannis down low. It's just not going to happen. This Bucks team hasn't played till Sunday, a lot of rest. We've seen this Raptors team really kind of flounder here this season. They're not that good this season. They're getting kind of exposed of what they are, which is a bunch of role players. Giannis hasn't played in a little bit. Bucks kind of feeling very fresh. So we'll swallow the 6.5 here. I really think this is going to be a big old game for the Bucks, big old dominant game. Just the Raptors. This is not the Raptors from the last 2 seasons, folks. This is a truly new team. They're running out of their momentum, and there's nothing great. So we'll swallow the 6.5 here with the Bucks. Nuggets, Heat. Interesting here. Still no Jimmy Butler, so we're still not taking the Heat. He's the glue, folks. Jimmy Butler is the glue that holds everybody, kind of makes everybody perform better than kind of what they are. And I know Bam Adebayo is absolutely fantastic. I get all that, but he doesn't impact the shooting of others like Jimmy Butler does. So until they get Jimmy Butler back, we will be staying away from the Heat games. Celtics, Spurs here. Celtics minus 4, and this is interesting. The Spurs have been kind of floundering a little bit here. Celtics just got Jason Tatum back. They're looking good. Swallowing 4 on the road. Gonna stay away from it because I do like the Celtics here. Spurs at home, kind of chasing me off this a little bit. So we'll leave this game alone. Should be a good one. Minus 4. Not bad. It's not bad, but I think these other 2 here that we got are better. Let's see if we find a third to kind of round us out a little bit here. Thunder, Suns minus 7. No Devin Booker. So I'm not taking the Suns at all, especially -7. I know the Thunder aren't that good, and this is Chris Paul's first game. I think it's his first game against the Thunder this season. But either way, his previous team, no Devin Booker, gonna stay away from it. Wizards, Pelicans, staying away from the Wizards. I would never take Wizards plus 7.5, and I'm not trusting Lonzo Ball. I mean, the man cannot play. It's only Brandon Ingram's good and Zion Williamson's good. That's all the Pelicans have. Frauds of JJ Redick and Lonzo Ball. Truly frauds. I mean, folks, if you can't work with the greatest of all time, you're not going to work on your own, truly. Alrighty, Mavericks, Jazz. Jazz minus only 3.5 here. I mean, this Mavericks team isn't anything special. Yes, they have Luka, but that's really it. And this Jazz team is kind of a full team. Now, they are going on a back-to-back, so that is kind of having us slight hesitation here. Last game, Warriors, Timberwolves. Warriors -9. Alrighty, let's find a third here to kind of round us out a little bit. I do like the Jazz -3.5, but they're on a back-to-back. Not a big fan of back-to-backs, honestly. Is there anything else we like better? What do we like here? Pacers, Hornets +2, kind of like that. Lakers, 76ers, Hawks, Nets. I think, folks, I think we're going to have to go with... do we swallow the 3.5, man? This is tough. If this bites me in the butt, I'll be pissed tomorrow on the show. But we're going to still take Jazz -3.5. I think they're the better team, honestly. The Mavericks haven't really shown us anything. They haven't shown us anything consistently. The one knock on this game, I mean, if this was just, this game was tomorrow and the Jazz had a rest and it was still -3.5, I absolutely love it. But we'll swallow the 3.5 here by the Jazz. Back to back. Hopefully it doesn't kill us this time. But Cavs -2.5, Bucks -6.5. Jazz -3.5. That's going to be our moneymaker for today. Plus 590. You put 100 on it, you're winning 690. Pretty damn good there. Get 690, then go buy that GameStop stock, baby. Come on. Have you all been hearing about this? Just keeps on going up in the news. So win this bet. Take $600. By the time you win, it would probably be one stock, one share of GameStop the way it's been going. But yeah, invest in your future by gambling. Truly. Alrighty. All right. Let's head over to our main topic today, which is our NFL film study. Even though there's only 2 games, we've got a lot to watch. It's some great stuff to watch. Not a lot of quantity, but very, very quality that we can watch and kind of sink our teeth into. So here we go. Let's start here with the Bucks and the Packers, and then we'll go to Bills Chiefs after. But for this, we already kind of watched Aaron Rodgers and kind of where we saw the game falling apart for them. So if you haven't seen that, it's on our YouTube channel. The name of the video, Bucks Packers championship game breakdown. Possibly. It's new. You won't miss it. It's like 28 minutes. I know it's long, but it's worth it. I promise. So yeah, we already looked at the Packers. So now we really have to look at Tom Brady. How's he looking? So I told y'all that's why we put him on the cash list, because that first half performance, and especially this first drive, I cannot wait to rewatch this first drive because it's great. So we're gonna watch the first drive. That ends in a touchdown by the Bucks. We'll watch their kind of next 2 touchdowns a little bit. Nothing kind of sustainable here. Some big plays, but still some good throws here by Tom Brady that we can break down. And then we'll look at all the interceptions in the second half. And then we'll move on from this game. But we can tell a lot from Brady. Really kind of a night and day game here by Brady. Absolutely magnificent in the first half. Absolutely dreadful in the second half. So we'll get it all here by Tom Brady. We'll have kind of a nice kind of solid footing on what we think Tom Brady is going into the Super Bowl, since we've been watching him these last 2 weeks. 55% completion percentage. Not good. But here we go. Let's cue it up here. Starting at 14:51 in the first quarter. And we also have a bonus highlight coming up when we get to the interceptions. Cannot wait. We saw it. We pointed it out last week when we did the film study, and it came true this week. So can't wait to get to that. But first, let's see what he did good. Alrighty, so very first drive of the game. I don't think they win the coin toss. I think the Packers defer, but the Bucs get the ball first. 14 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Literally only 9 seconds ticking away because of the kickoff. So here it is, Tom Brady, which really kind of, I think, threw a wrench in the Packers' plan. I did not think that the Packers thought that the Bucs and Tom Brady would be playing this good right off the rip. And I really think this set the tone for the entire game. So prefacing this drive with that, let's watch it now. Here we go. First play. We get a pass by Brady. What do we get? They're going to start with the run game. 3 yards. No worries there. Very well done. Alrighty, so that's really all we had to kind of cover for the Bucs-Packers game. So now let's move on to Chiefs-Bills, and all we're going to look at on this game is Tyreek Hill. We've got all of his 11 targets here mapped out. We can watch them back to back to back to back. How do you cover this, man? We're going to watch him work. We'll have to put it in the maybe coach's film a lot. Hopefully that's up. It should be. It's Wednesday. But we're just going to watch this man run all over this defense. So let's get this first one throwing. So the first attempt to throw to Tyreek Hill coming at 10 minutes, 12 seconds in the first quarter. So let's get to this game, talk through it, because that's really the most dangerous weapon the Chiefs have. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are both great. Nobody's saying they're not. But, Tyreek Hill, true wide receiver, can go up and get the ball, too quick to be even covered. He's going to be a game wrecker. He was against the Bills. He was against the Bucs their first meeting. We said it, 269 yards their first meeting. I mean, just like bizarre, truly great, but truly bizarre. 3 touchdowns. So here we go. 10-12. First play of Tyreek Hill getting the ball. Let's see. Down the field. Oh, it's a drop. But, folks, we're going to have to take this one in the coach's film. Let's first kind of see where he is on the field. I think he's up top there. But look at, he just runs past the defenders. No worries. Just jogging behind these defenders. Unfortunately, Patrick Mahomes couldn't put it right on the money. Unfortunately. Let's watch this one in the coach's film and just watch this sheer speed of this man. As we said, he got up to 20.75 miles an hour in this game. You can't cover that. So here he is. He's right here. Right here. Well, I don't even want to slow down. No. Yeah, right here. So here he goes. All right, this was the last play. Here we go. All right, this is the real play. This is a real play. Whenever you put it in coach's film from the broadcast film, it always takes you to the previous play, unfortunately. So here he is, Tyreek Hill, lined up in the seam. And he's just running by the defender. That's it. That's all he did. Look at him. Just beat him off the line of scrimmage. Folks, we'll try to keep the mouse on him. He's right here. Just literally, he's so quick, the defender just is burned by 2-3 yards when the ball gets there. That's enough space, and it's just a drop. It's kind of out of his nature. I couldn't believe it. I gasped audibly when I saw it live. I was like, hey, he dropped the ball? He dropped a wide open pass? Alrighty, so, folks, the talent, it's just too good. I don't think I've seen a receiver this good, honestly. Alrighty, now let's go to 357, his next attempt to possibly catch a ball if it's not an incompletion. He only had, 2 drops? He went 11 targets for 9 receptions. So that's one of the drops. We have one more, so, but we go to 357 here. 357, all right. Chiefs down 9-0. Tyreek Hill, bottom of the screen. Nope, that's not him. Middle of the field. So let's rewind this one a little bit. Here he is. Once again, just a straight, just kind of falls into the zone, the soft spot of the zone, and Patrick Mahomes puts it right on the money. He drifts further enough for the first down. Very well done there. So it's not just all speed. He knows how to work an offense. Look at this man. Just sits down in the soft spot of the zone, and look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at when he releases this ball, the chemistry between these two players. They both recognize it. He throws it right there. It's not even open yet. He's not even coming into frame of what Patrick Mahomes is seeing through his eyes, through his face mask, and the ball's already out of his hands. Tyreek Hill still running fast, didn't underthrow him, didn't overthrow him, right on the money. the chemistry, it's working. The fast, it's working. They know what they want. They know how to exploit defenses. They know how to read defenses. That's how you exploit defenses. First, you have to read it. All right, what is it doing? And then I can make the instant decision on how to beat it just that quickly, and they do it both beautifully. Alrighty, so now let's go to 38 seconds. His next catch, and is it going to be a touchdown? No, because we know he doesn't score, unfortunately. Patrick Mahomes steps up in the pocket. Once again, we're going to have to take this one into the coach's film just because he's kind of out of frame for a little bit, and that's kind of what we're doing here in the film breakdown. We're just looking at Tyreek Hill, even though, we're seeing, great stuff by Patrick Mahomes as well. Always great to kind of get a 2-for-1. So this is 4th and 1, honestly. Holy cow, wow. So 4th and 1, gutsy call here. Tyreek Hill in motion. He's right here. Comes back around, loops back. Now he's a running back. Once again, they take us to the previous play. I absolutely hate it. So let's get to the real play of Tyreek Hill. It's 1st and 10. It wasn't the 4th and 1. They went to a different guy. So here we go. All right, Tyreek Hill right here. Once again in the seam, and this is a little interesting as well. I haven't seen this. When you break it down in the coach's film, whenever Tyreek Hill is going to get the ball, it's always Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill lined up on the same side. Travis Kelce being towards the sideline, and Tyreek Hill being sandwiched between him and the line. And then we get motion by Travis Kelce, so now Tyreek Hill's the outside receiver. Something to take a look at. Something that we could definitely break down. Something that the Bucs are going to have to keep in mind when they watch Todd Bowles when he plans the defense. Look out for this. Alrighty, so Tyreek Hill, once again, just finds the soft spot of the zone and sits there, waits there, sees Patrick Mahomes is, scrambling in the pocket. He just waits there in the soft spot of the zone, takes the what? Would they pick up 8 yards there? Fantastic work. I mean, I freaking love watching this man play, folks. It's great. He knows what to do. He's a true wide receiver, folks. Even though he's like 5'11", he's 5'10". Alrighty, so now we have to go to the second quarter to bring up his next catch, and it comes, he only had one catch in the second quarter, and it came 5 minutes 43 seconds. Alright, so let's get this play queued up. 5:43. Alrighty, Chiefs are now up 14-9, and they're not going to take their foot off the gas. Patrick Mahomes escapes pressure, buys time. Once again, why the heck is Tyreek Hill literally 10 yards wide open? Alrighty, so let's bring this one in the coach's film. Hopefully this is the right play. It's not. So let's skip it. Alrighty, here we go. Let's find Tyreek Hill in the coach's film. He's right here. Once again, still on the same side with Travis Kelce, and now there's motion from Travis Kelce from the outside back inside. Here he is. Just runs deep. And there it is. Very well done. So here he is. We were actually wrong about that. He was on the wrong side of Travis Kelce, the opposite side. So now that thing is debunked. That theory is debunked. So we can move on from there. But here he is, just right here. Off the seam on the left side. Once again, just works his way across all the field. Finds that soft spot. Still's waiting there. Sees that Patrick Mahomes is just, buying time. And he just finds the soft spot of the defense. We'll watch this one more time here. We might be able to see it. No, we're not going to be able to see it. But he's just running across the field here. There he is, right there. Simple. Running all the way from the left side, all the way down to the right side of the field, and then still has the stamina, the fastness to go, 15, 20 yards after, running the entire length of the field. Alrighty. So that was his second quarter catch. Now let's go to the third quarter. The first play of the second half is to Tyreek Hill. So where is he? Right here. Just a quick out there. But then look at the shiftiness. I mean, folks, he's still going. You think this is just a simple 5-yard out route, but no. He gets to 5 yards. He beats you to the corner. He shifts back inside. He shifts back outside, picks up 20 yards on the carry. He's super quick, super agile, can change on his feet, change the direction super quick. The lateral quickness is I don't even know, folks. The talent, the speed, I cannot describe it. It's unheard of. It's unreal. Now, he did step out of bounds, so, they bring him back like 14 more yards, unfortunately. Just a hair out of bounds. Alrighty, so now the very next play is once again to Tyreek Hill again. Back-to-back plays. Maybe. I think I may have marked the time wrong. No, it's perfect right here. 14:50. Here it is to Tyreek Hill. Once again, just the same thing in the shiftiness. The shiftiness, folks. Look at this man. Watch him catch the ball. He's right at the bottom of the screen. Quick catch. Hop in, hop out, hop in, hop out. And then change direction. And he only generated like an extra yard after the catch. But still, the dangerous play ability. If he wasn't towards the sideline, if he wasn't being chased out to the sideline, if that last defender wasn't there, he's running that all the way down to the sideline to the house because nobody can keep up with him. So he's dangerous on the sideline. They just proved it 2 plays ago. Proved it this play. The man is, I can't praise the man enough, honestly. Alrighty, then we go to 12:44. His next catch, still on this drive. Here we go, 3rd and 5. He's going to be the reason they pick up this first down. Once again, you have to respect the speed. Now in the second half, it's everything's underneath. I mean, look at this defender. Look at the defender playing on Tyreek Hill. He's 7 yards off of Tyreek Hill, folks. 7 yards. He officially gets lined up here. Look at this. 7 yards. He's already at the defender is already at the first down marker on a 3rd and 5 play before the ball's even snapped. And as soon as Tyreek Hill's on a full sprint, he's backing up. He's not challenging him. He's literally, the Bills defense is just giving up the first down. They don't care. They're not allowing you to beat us over the top. He cuts it short, just picks up the first down. They're respecting the speed that he showed in the first half. I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't press him, he's going to get behind you. If you do press him, he will get behind you. If you don't press him, he's going to pick up 5-yard chunk plays and 5 yards first down, 5 yards second down, fresh set of downs. Do it all over again. Alrighty, so now let's go to the next one, 12:26. He's going to get back-to-back plays again, it looks like. Here it is. Here we go, 12:26. Just a speed jet sweep. Once again, too quick, picks up 9 yards. You've got to watch him out of the backfield, out of the motion. He can do it at the line of scrimmage. He can do it 50 yards down the field. It doesn't matter. Gets 9. It looks like the blockers outpaced Tyreek Hill on this play, which is a little crazy. Kind of let these defenders just get in while the blockers just keep running downfield. Alrighty, now let's go to 5:05. We got 1, 2, 3 more plays by this man. Alrighty, next one coming at 5:05 in the 3rd quarter. Here we go. Once again, just simple over the middle, toying with defenders, and now the move is on back to the inside of the field, back all the way to the left side. Brings it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Folks, here he is right here in the seam. I think this is him. Right there. He's just literally, this is just a crossing route. And once again, who is that? Johnson, the cornerback? Folks, literally just letting him in front of him. You can't keep up speed. Let's take this one from the coach's film because we're not seeing the separation very clearly on this kind of broadcast format. But when we look at the coach's film, the overhead angle, we're going to get a great look here, a fantastic look. Is this the play? No. Once again, play behind. So here we go. He's right here. Right here, all he's going to do is run just a shallow crossing route, and the defender is just once again backing off of him, trying his best to keep up pace, but he literally blows right by him as the first step, folks. It's the first step. We'll try to slow it down, and this one still going to looks like he's sprinting, but just watch the defender right here, folks. Watch this matchup. As soon as the ball snapped, Tyreek Hill instantly beats him off the line. Now he's got 1.5 yards. He continues it over the middle of the field. It's caught right now. He's too quick. The defender will never. He's a solid 2 yards behind him. You will not catch up. He extends it all the way to the right. Nice little juke move, getting 24 off balance. Then he cuts it back inside. And look at that small room, but he's so small. He's so quick, so agile. The lateral quickness is just weaving between these 5 players, folks. This is the greatest wide receiver I think I've ever seen play. This is not an understatement. He can't bring the shoestring tackle, brings it all the way down to the 5. The best play of the day by him, hands down by far. I could watch that play all day, folks. That's beautiful. That is poetry in motion. Cannot be stopped. Deadly, dangerous, unguardable, however you want to classify it. That's Tyreek Hill. Here we go. Another play here. Just simple. You're not guarding him. Once again, 24 Johnson trying to just contain him. You can't contain this man. Just a breaking route, 10 yards deep, then break out to the sideline. It's there. It's on the money. Patrick Mahomes knows whenever it's a one-on-one matchup, he's going to Tyreek Hill. Let's watch Johnson try to keep up. He's burning him right off the line of scrimmage. The speed, the quickness, the slight hesitation inside, and then, just going full speed outside. You can't guard him. You can't. It's not that teams can't. Nobody physically can. There's nobody comparable. Size, speed, talent, agility, lateral quickness that's comparable defensively to him. Tyrann Mathieu, maybe, but he's nowhere near the speed. And he's on the same team, so he wouldn't be guarding him anyway. They've got the one kryptonite of Tyreek Hill on their team themselves. It's such a big brain IQ play. All right, who's people that can stop us? Sign them. Sign everybody that can stop us. Alrighty. All the fun has to come to an end, unfortunately, so we got to go to his last play. 7:48 left in the fourth quarter. Last play to Tyreek Hill. And unfortunately, once again, not a touchdown. Couldn't get a score here. Alrighty. This is the last pass attempt by him. It is incomplete, but I do want to focus on this. Watch this man go up and try to get this ball. It is a high throw. We all know he's a little shorter, obviously. He's only 5'10", but he still can catch the ball, can high point the ball. I mean, that's perfect form. It just unfortunately went through his hands. And now it usually doesn't do this, and I know we've seen 2 drops by him that are all in his hands, but he can get up and get the ball, folks. He's got no problem jumping for the ball. He's got no problem. Let's watch this one more time. Just goes through his hands. Unfortunate. But he goes up, high points the ball, perfect form. The man's a wide receiver, folks. Come on. Unfortunate. Damn. That could have been a score. He could have had a final, touchdown in this game. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today, folks. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill are just too damn good. That's all there is to it. Alrighty, our final kind of film study of the season. Fantastic. Glad that we were finally able to kind of, show the GOAT quarterback and the GOAT receiver. I'll say it. I'll live on it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back tomorrow, noon Eastern. We're finally looking at the line, folks. We are going to guess and react to the Super Bowl line, break down the NBA, and start talking about some Super Bowl matchups, folks. Finally got a nice groundwork, can start talking about the game. We'll be doing it for, the week and a half. But yeah, that's what we got tomorrow on the show. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Back tomorrow, live Eastern, every day. Like always, noon Eastern. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back.